Good evening, my dear YouTube viewers. We will continue the cultural relativism. Here, Margaret Mead, an cultural anthropologist, she wants to visit the field area in order to understand the sex temperament and socialization or enculturation. In Arpash culture, that is in one society, she wants to observe how the people will be raised, that is socialized with the society. Both are equally good in raising their childhood. If it is Mudgunamur, here in this society, boy and girl are aggressively socialized. No normalcy, aggressively. Whereas Tamboli culture, here boy is raised differently, girl raised differently. Girl is brisky and heaviest, and boy is very soft and homemaker. He will take care of the household duties. This is an exception and the rare phenomenon. Then Mr. Durkheim wants to understand that role of the trait in any objectivity for any purpose. Example, political system or political institution. In general, all traits never be visible. Example, during the election, all traits are active in its passion. No trait is dull. Every trait is active. Maybe kin or non-kin or followers, everyone will be very active state in order to keep the particular person as their leader. That's why all the traits are active state. What about the after election? Maximum people or maximum traits are disappear or hidden form. Only few traits are visible. Next, Mr. Fortes and Evans Pritchard has written a book particularly African political organization. Then switch over to the another area, the cultural relativism as well as universalism both put together, work together in order to emphasize for fundamentally for the sake of human unity. Next is permanent universal truth, in order to know and practice the permanent universal truths. The West democracies purposefully wants to embrace the cultural relativism, particularly when they are practicing the business with the dictatorship. So, dictatorship is needed, the cultural relativism indirectly. This cultural relativism is always with the ambiguity, not so clear. It covers positive insights and outright errors. And the another one is universalism and cultural relativism, or universal rights versus cultural relativism. This shows the relationship between cultural relativism and universalism, which offers an approach to reconcile of their tensions. And also both with reference to the classification, the primitive classification had been done by the Mr. Emile Durkheim and Massu. They had done a symbolic interaction of classification or symbolic classification between culture and technology. Needham said, "Sir, it may be very good point, very cardinal achievement of the Durkheim and Marx of their essays, what they have written in their essays. But imperfection is also present there. In spite of imperfections, they received some analytical notion for the classification of social inquiry. Once again we will review. Here, Margaret Mead is a cultural anthropologist. She wants to study the three societies or three cultures with reference to the sex, temperament or socialization or enculturation process, that is raising process, upbringing of the children. In Arpash culture, she observed that girl and the boy both were equally raised without any discrimination. In Mudgamar culture, both boy and girl were aggressively raised, upbringing by their parents. But in Tamboli culture, boy is raised separately, girl is raised separately. Girl is heaviest and brisky, and the boy is very soft and the homemaker. That is, he will take care of the kitchen or household duties. This is an exception point. And then cultural relativism and universalism both are emphasized for fundamentally to unite the human beings, that is human unity, human beings unity, and also permanent universal truth, to draw the permanent universal truths. The West democracies purposefully embraced the cultural relativism because when they are practicing with the business of dictatorship, by that means dictatorship is needed, the cultural relativism. In that sense only they like it and they embrace it. And always this cultural relativism is an ambiguity that is not so clear. It covers positive insights and also outright errors. This cultural relativism and universal rights that shows the relationship between the cultural relativism and universalism, which offers to approach the reconcile of their tensions. And switch over to the classification. The primary classification has been done by the Mr. Emile Durkheim and Marx. And they were also described the symbolic classification of culture and technology. But Needham said, no sir, you have done very good, but here and there some demerits are there. How he said that? He said, you are having the cardinal achievement. You reached the key achievement. Who? Durkheim and Marx through their essays. In spite of their imperfections, we are admitting for what? They received the analytical notion. For analytical purpose it is very good. Particularly classification of social inquiry. And this cultural relativism is always associated with cognition and morality. In the last class we covered the morality also. By this, today's lecture is completed. Please do subscribe. This is Bindu taking leave from the YouTube platform. Good night. Take care.